Alright, here the upper receiver is already removed by the front pin and the rear pin. Push them out and the upper receiver comes off. Next you can grab your Tippmann tool that came with the kit. You can remove the buffer tube screw there. Once you break that free, I just personally threaded this off just a little bit. There's many ways you can get this bolt out. This is the way that I chose to do it. As you're unscrewing it, hold the actual sling plate on there as there's a spring behind it that helps retention for the rear pin. You don't want that to just shoot out across the screen. And pull it out gently. That's what she looks like. Put that off to the side. And unscrew your buffer tube. We can disregard the lower receiver for a little bit now. Stick your finger in and pretty much just pull the whole bolt assembly out. Here's the Recoil mod bolt. As you see, they're about exactly the same height once it's compressed. You're going to need to hold the bottom here with a wrench, pliers, or something. I just grab my handy Leatherman. Allen key in the top. There's an Allen screw in there. Depending how tight yours is, I had to use another tool just to kind of help for some leverage. Break it free. And unscrew. Don't be alarmed that the spring won't just shoot the other piece rocketing across your room. I screw them together just to keep for, whatever the case may be. There's no point of throwing away a good working part. And real simple, just slide your stock spring right over the assembly. Now the spring on the end of the new bolt is pretty much just to prevent the bolt from actually hitting the rear of the buffer tube. If you took the spring off, the little shaft, the actual other little shoulder there could hit the back of it, and obviously that wouldn't be good. But the spring there is to keep that from happening. Now watch your rear pin. As the spring is out, there's another little piece in there that's going to help keep it there. So be alarmed not to look, or be alarmed to look for anything else that might fall out. As you can see, my rear pin fell out with the other little metal piece, so I just put those off to the side. Don't lose those. And screw your buffer tube in. I screwed mine in to the point where after I tightened my buffer tube screw, I ended up having about a thread and a half to 2 threads exposed. So now put your pin in so you can see the actual slot that's milled in it. Have that facing you. Drop the little metal piece in there next, which is going to put pressure onto that actual little groove, and drop the spring in afterwards. If you installed it properly, because the spring will physically be sticking up out of the rear of the gun. So slowly kind of just move your sling plate over it and compress the actual spring back into it, push it down, and tighten the nut back down. Now grab your Tippmann tool again and tighten the buffer tube up. Your bolt will kind of come out a little bit and will rest on the sear. Grab your upper receiver. I personally like to attach the front, then the back. Should give you a little bit, just kind of mess with it till you get it attached. There you go, the receiver's set, and really that's all there is to it now. Pull the bolt back, make sure it actually cycles, as you saw mine cycled there. And the next step would be the glory part. Hook up some air, and let's feel how much more recoil there is. We downloaded an iPhone accelerator app and decided to tie my iPhone to the top of the rail. I know this is not the best method, as I'm also shouldering the rifle, but at least gives you some kind of a value. My personal opinion is at least double the recoil of what the stock Tippmann fires.